who have defamed with ignorance without knowing the full story. I want to prostrate before His Holiness the Dalai Lama's portrait here to say, I am sorry on behalf of those ignorant people, on behalf of those ignorant news channels, that we should not have done what they have done. So I want to prostrate 3 times. And let me tell you what prostrate means for the Tibetans. Prostration is a popular practice in the Tibetan Buddhist culture. In front of high lamas, gurus, in front of the statue of Buddhas and other Buddhist gods, to submit yourself completely. It is an act of submission to the higher authority, higher being, to do away with your sin that you have committed. And this, in the last few days, a lot of people have unknowingly committed a sin. And we wanted to do away with the sin, not for the sake of His Holiness the Dalai Lama alone, but for the sake of the people who have committed the sin, so that they do not suffer in hell when they die. So let me prostrate before His Holiness the Dalai Lama's photo. Machasum say in Tango, Dawamachilia, Gondas. Semesh Yegi Shiware, Gomasan Yegi Cheware, Mamzugi, Tudolia, Chabab to Yomade. Ding this Amalia, Kansas Yeda, Shabat Zugi, Kosunich Yuinale, Gomasunich Yuinale, Kanda, Dipasa Saure. Then you make it Chawaji Chesaure. Ding this Ama Mamzugi, concentrated. Gondalade, Engage Resamudu. Niecha said the young, Chant Samet Subsidy Segi, Colonel Yedebeki, Pimit Sameki Subsidy Segi, Brother Yedebeki, Pimit number to Chohaduna Charts of a Kazetungu Manzo, Consul Choman Chibuduna Charts Segi of Mother, Consul Semna Lola Jordan with Yode, Consul Dula Jordan with Yoma, the Consul Semna Jordan with Yode, Dean the Samba Manzo, Jordan with Kubas of Mase, Jordan with Jena J. Yedema, J. Kokobri, there was in this Samalia, Tamudela Macha to say. 그냥 인진아 지카시 시에 안가서 배번 넘불라 시에고에 그 다시决定有新选都是
So this shows that you are submitting your mind, soul and spirit to His Holiness or whoever you are frustrating. So it's like submitting yourself to them.
Like, what does that mean? Like letting go?
First of all,
Like you're submitting
I wanted to
your
make
body,
few things
spirit
clear.
and mind to them.
So that the people around here, especially our friends on the streets, do not misunderstand my statements. The Tibetans have arrived in Australia as the former political prisoners in Tibet under the Chinese government's occupation. The Tibetans here are either children of the former political prisoners or the relatives of them, or those who have participated in the political activism in Tibet have suffered enough, feared for their life, and fled the country, separating from their own families, including me. We are one of the most vulnerable people in this country. We love Australia. This is what I wanted you to know. We are very grateful to the Australian people. We are very grateful to the Australian government that you have given us a refuge, a safe refuge for our life, a safe refuge for our survival, and a safe refuge for our political activism. This is what I wanted the people in Australia to know before I run my tirade against certain individuals for their misrepresentation, for their misunderstanding, and for presenting His Holiness the Great 14th Dalai Lama in a very different picture. In the last few days, Tibetans, not just inside Tibet, but also all over the world, had a sleepless night. The food that we eat didn't have a taste. Even if we are at the workplace physically, our mind is somewhere like this one, where we should have gathered, spoken to the people who have spoken against His Holiness the Dalai Lama without any knowledge about Dalai Lama, without any knowledge about the Tibetan culture. The viral video which went all over the world and presented to the world by certain media organizations, including in India and elsewhere, have a very partial content in it. They have viral the video, knowing fully that it will go viral. It will definitely bring about controversy on the Dalai Lama.